Call the meeting to order. If everybody could please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, please. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Real quick before we get started, first, welcome again to everyone coming for the awards for their kids. We especially want to welcome you to the new Performing Arts Center. My first event that we've got to do in here, so great place to have this. Hopefully this is the first of many for your kids as they go through as students, whether it's a play or a concert or other awards coming in here. So it's a great place that we can meet. We're not all crammed into that little pod in the junior high, so this makes it much nicer. So welcome to everybody. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Bloom? Here. Mrs. Spiritu? Here. Ms. Laird? Mr. Price?
Here.
Mrs. Ray?
Can I get a motion to approve or amend the minutes of the regular meeting held January 10th, 2022, please? Motion by Mrs. Ray. Could I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mary Alice. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Ray?
Yeah.
Mrs. Spiritu?
Yes.
Ms. Bloom? Here. Mr. Price?
Yes, motion's approved. Mr. Detweiler, any walk-on items?
No, sir, there are no walk-on items this evening.
Legislative report? Ms. Laird
Is not, right, she
absent,
shouldn't make
so-
it, that's right.
Moving on to why we're here tonight.
All right, thank you, Mr. Price. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a special night for us, and it doesn't get any bigger than this, and I mean that in all seriousness. We call it Student of the Month, but there's no March Student of the Month in 3rd and 4th grade. You're it. So really, it should be Student of the Year, and maybe we'll work on getting that fixed. So what do you think? Maybe we can work on that, right? But this is it. They were chosen as the top student in their class for the year. This is a big deal. And you're going to hear a lot about these students today, and this is one of our favorite things to hear about, because these are students, they're good citizens, they're good students, they're kind to their friends, they're hardworking, everything that we want our little giants to be. We'd like to run this, and if you'll be please a little patient with us, our first time in this space, really doing anything for the elementary school, so we're figuring out the bugs in our first board meeting here as well. So here's what we'd like to do, and these are 3rd and 4th graders, and they're the smartest, so they can figure this out, right? Team, you listen up? Here we go. When your name is called, we're going to have you kind of come over. If you're over here, kind of go back into that middle aisle and walk right down this aisle. On my right, your left, okay? And we're going to come up here and have you stand here, and we're going to say some really nice things about you that are all true. Well, mostly true. No, they're all true. They're all true. And then we're going to hand you your award. Then you're going to walk over here, and Mr. Price is going to greet you at the end of this aisle. And we're going to let the parents take a picture right there if they would like to. So parents, as you send your student around, you might want to head over here and get ready for a picture with Mr. Price. Then when all the 3rd graders have got their picture, we're going to keep them up here and sort of shuffle them over to the side. And then we'll take a large group picture of all the 3rd graders right on the floor in front. So we'll do that as a group. So we'll get an individual shot with Mr. Price over here. We'll kind of wait till we're all announced 3rd grade. Then we'll bring the 3rd graders in the front and take a group picture, okay? That way we remember this forever. And the reason I'm not walking around right now is because if we don't speak into a microphone, our friends at home can't hear us. Or else I'd be up there on my new stage, which I can't wait to do, but that's another time. Okay. All right, so I think we're ready to roll. Ms. Brickner, are you ready? Mr. Price, you head down.
Good evening. My name is Sue Brickner, and I'm representing the Learning and Liberty Foundation of the Fremont City Schools. The Learning and Liberty Foundation was established on May 1st, 1987, set up by then Superintendent Kent Watkins and Assistant Superintendent David Brickner. The mission of the Learning and Liberty of Fremont City Schools was to enhance the learning process, increase educational opportunities, and encourage instructional, innovational creativity by generating and distributing financial and other resources. One of the many ways we achieve this is by offering scholarships to high school students, Fremont City School teacher grant opportunities, gold medal banquet, to name just a few. Tonight, we are honoring 3rd and 4th grade students from each of the elementary schools. This is one of the programs that the Learning and Liberty Foundation sponsors. We're going to start off with 3rd graders. So when I read your name, come up. Mrs. Hurt. The first one is from Atkinson, and that is Malachi Jones, son of Brenda Bliss and Maurice Jones, is a 3rd grader student in Miss Lowry's class. Malachi loves to play football and soccer. He also spends his free time playing games with his friends. Malachi was nominated because he is such a hard worker. He always puts forth his best effort. Malachi is also very respectful of others. He always uses his manners in all situations. Malachi stated, "Kids need to go to school because it helps you learn and it helps your mind." Congratulations and thank you, Malachi. Our second student from Atkinson in 3rd grade is Maya Stewart, daughter of Chelsea Barnes. She's a 3rd grade student in Stacy Gilbert's class. Maya likes to take tumbling classes and also paint. Maya was nominated because she is a hard worker who is always on task. She tries her best and is good friends to her peers. Maya said, "School is important to me because it helps me learn and become smarter." Congratulations and thank you, Maya. Right here. The third student is also from Atkinson, and her name is Lakeland Eglin. She's the daughter of Allison Eglin and Matthew Eglin. She's a 3rd grade student in Mrs. Darlin's class. Lakeland enjoys being part of the Sand Otter Swim Club. She is a Brownie and a Girl Scout and is in Make a Difference Club at Atkinson. She also likes to play board games and spend time with her family. Lakeland was nominated because she comes to school every day ready to learn. Her positive work ethic and focus have caused her to make tremendous growth this year. She always tries her best no matter what the task may be. Mrs. Darlin has enjoyed having Lakeland in class in grades 1 and 3. Congratulations and thank you, Lakeland. From Krogan, we have Annabelle Belcher, daughter of Jamie and Jacob Biker, is a 3rd grade student in Nicholas Miley's class. Annabelle loves animals. She especially enjoys horses. Annabelle is involved in Make a Difference Club and is part of Campfire. She also spends time playing basketball. Annabelle was nominated because she is constantly setting a positive example for other students. She is a very kind student and always tries to do the right thing. Annabelle represents what it means to be a Krogan Jet. Annabelle stated, "Believe you can and you will." Congratulations and thank you, Annabelle. Our next student is Noah Fote, son of Jennifer and Jason Fote, 3rd grade student in Mrs. Hanoodle's class. Noah enjoys go-kart racing and playing video games. He also plays basketball, soccer, and baseball. In school, his favorite subject is math. Noah was nominated because he goes above and beyond in class. He participates and adds creative ideas to his class discussions. Noah has a growth mindset and corrects assignments to improve upon his own understanding without being asked. He is one of the first in class to offer help or a new perspective to his classmates when they need it. Mrs. Hanadel said, "I am privileged to have Noah in class. His work ethic and positive attitude are contagious." Congratulations and thank you, Noah. Mason Weiner, son of Crystal Maynard, is a third grade student in Mrs. Heberling's class. Mason enjoys playing football. He also likes playing outside. Mason spends some of his free time playing Fortnite on his PlayStation. Mason was nominated because of his dedication and hard work in the classroom. He always wants to do his best and improve his knowledge. His teacher feels it is an honor having Mason in her class. Congratulations and thank you, Mason. From Lutz, we have Bailey Duke, daughter of Jamie and Timothy Duke, third grade student in Miss Morris's class. Bailey likes to go to the water park and walk her dog. Bailey was nominated because she's a hard worker. She is honest and respectful. Bailey is kind and always shows respect toward others. She is a model student who serves as a positive role model to others. Her favorite quote is, "Shake it off." Congratulations and thank you, Bailey. Our next student is Legend Albrecht, daughter of Ty and Kelly Albrecht, third grader student in Mrs. Hensel's class. Legend likes to keep and enjoys life. She plays soccer and loves the teamwork part of it. Legend loves music and dancing along with it. She is a fantastic big sister and enjoys playing with her little sister as well as challenging her with math games. Legend was nominated because she's an all-around great kid. She comes to school happy and is ready to try her best at schoolwork. Legend is kind-hearted and sensitive to those around her. She has truly a genuine heart. Mrs. Hensel feels humbled to be her third grade teacher. Lenzel's quote is, "Quit sleeping and more working." Congratulations and thank you, Legend. I believe these students were from Lutz. Am I right? Okay. Leo Kinsey, son of Chad Kinsey and Justine Opry, is a third grade student in Sarah Anstead's class. Leo is interested in football, basketball, and soccer. He enjoys cooking and also wants to own his own restaurant someday. Leo also has fun playing video games and even designing his own board games. Leo was nominated because he is an incredible person. He is kind, considerate, and respectful. Leo is a very driven student who always tries his best. Leo has a great sense of humor and a caring heart for those around him. Mrs. Anstead feels very fortunate to be Leo's teacher. Leo is quoted as saying, "I decided to be a good kid and be respected and have lots of friends." Congratulations and thank you, Leo. Our next school is Otis. Kanaya Nason, daughter of Cadis Liggins, is a third grade student in Mrs. Husky's class. Kanaya likes to play basketball and she used to be involved in soccer. She enjoys playing with her nieces and in her spare time she likes to read as well as play on her phone. Kanaya was nominated because she's a very hardworking young lady. She always strives to do her best. Kanaya is kind, caring, and always treats others with respect. She is always willing to help others, both teachers and fellow students. Kanaya sets an excellent example for others and is a joy to have in class. Kanaya stated, "I like school because I can learn new things, and learning is important." Congratulations and thank you, Kanaya. Also from Otis, Claire Schwoko, daughter of Clay and Lacey Schwoko, is a third grade student in Heather Hetrick's class. Claire is on Otis's news crew. She also enjoys playing soccer and likes to tell jokes. Claire was nominated because even though school does not come easy, she gives 150% to her schoolwork. She does extra work at home and on the bus. Claire has such a kind heart. She willingly spends her free time helping others. Claire has earned honor roll for quarters 1 and 2. She often spends her recess time working on her assignments for the Otis News crew. Mrs. Hetrick said, "My most favorite thing about Claire is how she marches to her own beat. She is a very special young lady. I am so proud of Claire, and I can't wait to see all the amazing things she will do to make this world a better place." Congratulations and thank you, Claire. Moreo Sabeo, I hope I am saying that correctly, daughter of Iula and Jamie Sabeo, is a third grade student in Courtney Jared's class. Moreo loves to play basketball. She plays on the team, Mercury, at the rec center. Moreo likes to play outside with her sisters in the snow. Moreo was nominated because she is focused and hardworking. She has made such fantastic progress this year. Moreo is always on task and puts in extra work at home to make progress. Mrs. Jarrett is so proud to be Moreo's teacher. Moreo stated, "When I go to fourth grade, I want to be ready. So I work hard practicing my facts, reading and doing all my homework. I love school because I get to see all of my friends and Mrs. Jarrett. Congratulations and thank you, Moreo." Okay. Okay. I will just give you Maya's quote. I already read her. "School is important to me because it helps me learn and become smarter. Congratulations and thank you, Maya." Now we are on to fourth grade Students of the Month. Starting at Atkinson, we have Bristol Westlick, daughter of Rajiv and Megan Westlick. She's a fourth grade student in Christina McBride's class. Bristol loves to read, and her favorite book is Wings of Fire. She also enjoys drawing and painting. Her favorite Halloween is Halloween. Bristol's favorite sport is swimming, and she swims in the Sand Otters in Fremont. Bristol was nominated because she is very responsible and studious. She works hard in school, participates often, and follows all the rules. Bristol is a good friend, leader, and role model to her peers. When Bristol was asked by her teacher why she was chosen for this honor, she replied, "I think you picked me because I get good grades. I do my homework on time, I follow the rules, and I listen to my teacher." Congratulations and thank you, Bristol. The next student is Willow Slane. Oh, yeah, I guess that is. Daughter of Paige Hardy is a fourth grade student in Patricia Dolly's class. Willow is an active member in a baton performance group and plans to join the Atkinson girls basketball team. She likes spending time with her family, playing games, coloring, and helping her mom get ready for a new brother who is due to arrive in March. She was hoping for a sister so she wouldn't be the only girl. Willow was chosen because she has a positive impact on her peers. She is always encouraging and demonstrates a commitment to her schoolwork. Willow also shows compassion for others and exhibits respectfulness as well as responsibility in her classroom. Willow tries to remember when her mom says, "Always try your best, even if things aren't going perfect." Congratulations and thank you, Willow. Brooklyn Eisenhower, daughter of Lucas and Kara Eisenhower, is a fourth grade student in Marina Eckleberry's class. Brooklyn is on the swim team and active in Girl Scouts, as well as Campfire. She also participates in ballet and tumbling. Brooklyn enjoys creating different types of art projects. Brooklyn was nominated because she is a compassionate student with an eagerness to learn. She always works hard and pushes herself to learn new things in the classroom. Brooklyn stated, "Always follow your dreams." Congratulations and thank you, Brooklyn. From Croghan School, we have Jimmy Slater, son of Tanisha and Raphael Slater. She's a fourth grade student in Rachel Chervenek's class. Jimmy enjoys playing and watching football. He also likes to play with his friends outside, drawing in his sketchbook and participating in karate. Jimmy was nominated because he is a standout student. He tries his best and perseveres when things are difficult. Jimmy always offers to help his peers and teachers. His drive and determination to do what is right is exemplary. He is a role model to his peers. Jimmy said, "Always be hardworking, dedicated, and helpful." Congratulations and thank you, Jimmy. Casey Hauser is the daughter of Daniel Hauser and is a fourth grade student in Tamika Kobel's class. Casey enjoys painting, drawing, and making TikToks. Her favorite thing to do is spend time with her family. Casey's hobbies are painting and playing basketball. Casey was nominated because she is not only a phenomenal student who follows expectations while giving her best efforts on all tasks, but she's also a great person. Casey is an amazing role model to other students, expressing a kind heart to everyone. Casey brings great joy to her class. Casey's personal quote is, "Every exit leads to a new entrance." Congratulations and thank you, Casey. The next student is Daniela Gonzalez Madrid, daughter of Jose and Miriam Gonzalez. And Santos and Veloy Madrid is a fourth grade student in Mrs. Kern's class. Daniela likes to play soccer and call her cousins so they can play together. Okay, wait a minute. I don't have the rest of. I'm sorry, I can't, can't find the rest of Daniela. Yeah. Is Daniela here? Well, I started and somehow I don't have, oh, wait a minute, I got it. Excuse me. Daniela was nominated because she is a very hard worker. She makes sure to complete all her work to the best of her ability. Daniela is kind to her classmates and is a great role model to others. Daniela's personal quote is, "Focus on what is happening and pay attention in school a lot." Congratulations and thank you. Okay. Okay, I think this is, we were out of order or. Alexander Rich. Son of Megan and Bobby Rich, is a fourth grade student in Amanda Sigley and Kendra Moore's class. AJ enjoys playing football, basketball, and baseball. He also likes to write stories, read books, and play with his friends. AJ was nominated because he is an exemplary student and role model at Lutz Elementary. He works hard in his studies and is a very likable person amongst his peers. AJ is always volunteering to help others, both classmates and staff. He is very responsible, respectful, and always exceeds the Lutz Eagles' expectations. AJ's personal quote is, "I like that school keeps me busy doing stuff. I like to learn and do fun activities." Congratulations and thank you, AJ. Our next student is Hayden Reynolds, son of Abby and Greg Reynolds, fourth grade student in Mrs. Pemberton and Mrs. Thiessen's class. Hayden likes football, baseball, and basketball. He really likes to play football with his friends. During the summer, he was an outstanding pitcher on his baseball team. Hayden enjoys spending time playing basketball with his dad. His favorite subject is Diary of a Wimpy Kid and I Survived books. Fortnite is a favorite video game. During the summer, he likes vacationing with his family and extended family to the Outer Banks. Hayden was nominated because he is an excellent student and all-around outstanding young man. Every day he is prepared for his classes, with his assignments complete and at school on time. Hayden is very responsible. During class, he is attentive and readily participates. Hayden is friendly and respectful towards all adults and classmates. Mrs. Thiessen said, "It has been such a pleasure to watch Hayden grow up to be such a nice and capable young man with a promising future." Hayden's personal quote is, "One way you should act in school is to be responsible. You should help others. You should help someone if they are feeling down. Try and do your best in school." Congratulations and thank you, Hayden. Julietta Jimenez, daughter of Victor and Lorena Jimenez, is a fourth grade student in Julie Villarreal's class. Julietta likes to play volleyball and play games with her sister. She also spends free time watching television, baking sweets, and helping her mom and dad. Julietta was nominated because she embodies so many wonderful qualities. She is kind and unassuming. Julietta works hard and is always polite. She is helpful to others and handles situations with grace. Julietta is always respectful and is a good classmate. Her teacher said Julietta is not only a fine student, but she is a good person through and through. Julietta's personal quote, "Stay strong and never give up." Congratulations and thank you, Julietta. From Otis, we have Preston Dauble, son of Paul and Jennifer Dauble, is a fourth grade student in Wendy Paxton's class. Preston loves cars, especially hot rods. He has a collection of 4,000 Hot Wheels. Preston also enjoys car shows and is a wealth of knowledge when it comes to cars. In his free time, Preston enjoys Legos and drawing. Preston was nominated because he is an amazing young man. He is kind and genuine in all he does. Preston is a good friend and polite to everyone all the time. He strives for quality work, always putting in 100% effort each day. His teacher feels he is truly a top quality student and citizen. Preston's quote is, "Don't ever give up." Congratulations and thank you, Preston. Next student is Ava Ramirez, daughter of Severo and Melissa Ramirez, is a fourth grade student in Mrs. Marsh's class. Ava likes to play video games, watch TV, and spend time with her grandma. Ava was nominated because she has an awesome attitude and always comes to school ready to learn. She is kind and helpful to her classmates. Ava consistently works towards her academic goals and makes herself better. Ava said, "My favorite subject are math and science. I like science because experiments are fun, and math because I like solving different kinds of problems." Congratulations and thank you, Ava. Our last student this evening in fourth grade is Brennan Wolf, son of Ryan and Tara Wolf, a fourth grade student in Julie Medell's class. Brennan likes playing video games. He also likes to spend time outside playing tag and taking walks. Brennan was nominated because he is a sweet young man who comes to school ready to learn each day. He is very motivated to always do his best and is a great role for his peers. His teacher really enjoys having him in her class. Brennan said, you learn more from failure than from success." Congratulations and thank you, Brennan.
All right, before you all take off, just one thing. Could I have any principals that are here, please make themselves known? So, Mr. Macko, Mr. Matz, anybody else? Oh, Mrs. Pierce, Dr. Pierce, thank you. The teachers, would you stand, please? Teachers, all right, thank you. And there's one thing I'd like to say before you go. Those things don't happen on accident. You heard things like responsibility, care, kindness, hard work, perseverance. Families, that doesn't happen on its own. That happens because of you. And you, if I may speak for the teachers, make what we do worthwhile. Am I right, teachers? That's right. Thank you very much. I have one more special guest, and it's very brief. I have a young man here who would like to read a letter that he wrote about our new school. This is freshman Mr. Royster. Mr. Royster.
Hello, my name is Tyler Royster. I'm in ninth grade at the new high school, and this is a letter to the community and the board to thank you for putting so much money and effort into the new school buildings. We are so glad we are the first freshmen to be in this school. Without effort from the community, we would not be so fortunate to enjoy the building. The first thing we like is the two gyms. They are both very nice and they look cool. They have a very clean look, and the temperature does not get too cold. I mean, too hot. Next, we like the cafeteria. It is big and the lines are more functional than before. Students also like the cool, spirit-filled colors because they match the colors of our logo and our mascot. Next, we like the art and science room, which are cool. They have electrical outlets coming from the ceiling and the air compressor hoses from the ceiling so it does not ruin the electric outlets. Lastly, we like the weight room that is big and they have so many different ways to train or work out for a class. In conclusion, we like the new school and it looks good. We are very appreciative to those who made it happen and to also use this school, and it will benefit graduations of students to come. Sincerely, Tyler Royster.
Thank you, Tyler. I got about a dozen letters from freshmen from Mrs. Burrows' class just saying those kinds of things. Just want to have a chance for this public to hear what this means to our students. Were there any other freshmen that came to speak this evening? Tyler is the bravest in the whole freshman class. Way to go, Tyler. Folks, we're going to continue with our business meeting at this time. You are welcome to stay, but this is also your chance to get out if you want. Thank you very much for coming. Thank you, buddy. Thanks for coming. Good to see you.
No, I mean, no, there isn't any reason for one that I know of.
It's all the. This one ends, but I didn't.
Surprise, if I may, I'd like to read a couple sections from some other letters, if I may, just for the audience at home.
Sure.
Thank you. Gavin Jones said things like, "This building has inspired me to make sure that all my work is done and that I get good grades. I also like the Performing Arts Center and all the new technology allows the band kids and music teachers to enhance their music capabilities. And another one, Phelan Molson, freshman, said, "The new building is wonderful, and I love the time all the workers took on this building, and I hope it stays put for a long time. I'm glad we got this wonderful opportunity to be here for our education. It's an amazing building. I think the builders did a wonderful job, and I'm thankful for the taxpayers and voters who made it possible." It's just an example of some of the things. I've got several dozen letters, but just want to make sure everyone knew what this building has meant to our students, not only just the community, but
Yep.
just want to make that clear.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yep. We good to go?
I think we're ready to roll on.
Okay.
First hearing of the public?
All right. So we're moving on in the agenda. So first hearing of the public, if anyone would like to address the school board. Today, it's a special day. If anyone would like to come up, you get to come up to the podium right here with the microphone. Is there anybody that would like to say anything to the school board? Come on, Belchers. If you would, just for record purposes, if you'd state your name and address, please.
Jamie Belcher, 1620 East State Street, Fremont. I just had something that I've been meaning to address with the board, and I apologize if this is something that's more city council related, but I thought this was the first place to go. With the new building, first of all, my children go to Krogan, so that's kind of this concern. With the way the new building has been built versus the direction of the old building, I have safety concerns with kids going down Kentucky Avenue. So on their way to school, on their way after school, I know the bus loop now comes that way. When kids are dismissed, they've been told not to go down Kentucky and by the bus loop, but kids are kids, right? Kindergarten through fifth grade, they're gonna go the shortest way home. Kentucky has no sidewalks. And so I drive by, I see 6, 7, 8-year-old kids riding their bikes towards traffic, with traffic, in the middle of the road, walking. You know, we've got all this snow right now, so they can't even walk in the grass. And so my concern is, even on the district property, there's no sidewalk down Kentucky. And so my concern is that there's going to be a kid that is seriously injured at some point because they're not paying attention, right? They're kids, they want to go home, you know, to school, they're trying to get there. And so again, part of this is probably a city council issue, but I do feel like it needs to be addressed in some way. I have no problem addressing it with city council, but I thought this was the first step.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, if there's no one else that's going to address the board, we'll move on. Next item is superintendent's report.
Thank you, Mr. Price. Again, thank you all the parents that came. This is a special night for us, truly what we all get up and come to work for, right there. I'd like to also thank Tyler Royster for being brave enough to speak as a freshman boy. It takes a lot. And the whole class was invited, and he showed up, so I get a lot of credit for him. Just a reminder to the board, February 22nd, a week from tomorrow, we'll be having our strategic planning meeting, just our group. Looking forward to that. You should have another copy of our current strategic plan at your place, just to sort of kind of get you familiar with what we have and kind of where we want to go. So maybe as you're going through this next week, just start thinking about what matters to you as board members. What do you think is the areas we should be focusing on next? I feel like we've come through a very tremendous amount of change over the last 5 years. Actually, I can say that with confidence. We've gone through a lot of change in the last 5 years, and now maybe it's kind of really take a look at, okay, where we're going next with our new spaces and so forth. So looking forward to that, working with you. I just want to also let the board know I've given several tours in the last couple weeks. I had the Fremont Area Foundation here at 7 o'clock this morning for a tour of the building. Some of them had not seen it yet. I had an evening tour with the Rotary last week. The Rotary Club came through. And I'm working on dates with Kiwanis and the Lions Club to also get a tour through the building. I also would welcome, if you know of anybody else you would like me to reach out to give a tour of this building. I think it's really important. You know, we had our big open house. We had several thousand people throughout the afternoon that came through the building. but I would love the opportunity to keep showing it because I'm so proud of it. Also, I was very proud to bring the foundation members through today during school. And it is a great place for kids, and it's great to see kids using it the way it was intended to be used. So if you have anybody else you'd like me to invite, I'm already working actually with Mayor Sanchez on a group of pastors to bring through. So if you have anybody else you think I could invite, business leaders or anybody else, please let me know, and I'd be happy to reach out to them. Just so you know, too, and then I'll continue with the agenda, but we used up our 5 our 5 calamity days. And in our contract with our unions, the first 5 days are the good old-fashioned calamity days, snow days, but day 6 starts what we call our virtual days, virtual learning days. And we had kind of a lot of practice last year to try to do the best we can with virtual. So we decided in our last negotiations, instead of going into June with makeup days, which has always been what the plan was, after day 5, we would make up days in June. And I think everyone would agree, often not the best educational days in June. We decided to go ahead and use our virtual capacity that we've kind of fine-tuned over the last year to have day 6, 7, and 8, wherever we end up as virtual days. So I sent an alert out to the families on Sunday. There'll be some bugs to work out. And there's always a challenge. There are some families without internet service, and you don't know the night before. And so we'll be gracious with those who have to maybe come back and have a little time to make that work up. But we will do the best we can to roll a virtual day on day 6. I just want to make sure you knew that. Any questions for me from the board on any of that? Okay, that kind of concludes my report for this evening. We're ready to proceed, Mr. Price, if you're ready.
Yep, go ahead. Move
All
on
right.
to the recommendations.
Thank you very much. Item 1, we have some donations tonight. Sam Burleycamp with a trombone. Hey, we haven't listed what kind it is. I don't know what that is, but I'm sure it's significant. Angela Bliss, some personal hygiene products. Sarah Christ for some Grace bags. Imagine for Youth Foundation. I'll come back to that in a moment. Susan Missing, some hat and gloves. We appreciate that donation. Patricia Allam, the school supplies. St. John's Lutheran Church, some hat, gloves, and scarves. And Barb Zeeble, the monetary donation for the orchestra. So we appreciate all those gracious suppliers. You notice the one little outsized there, price-wise, was the Imagine for Youth Foundation. That is the Micah Hyde. Yeah, he's the for the Buffalo Bills. He's the safety, the Buffalo Bills. He's from Fostoria, and he worked with the NFL Foundation and donated several, maybe 150 pair of shoes. I don't have the number in front of me. I'm sorry about that. But they donated shoes to all of our 4th through 8th grade basketball teams, brand new name brand shoes for a total of $7,000. So we want to do a special shout out to that. It was we had all those teams over at Otis School. We fed them pizza, had them size their shoes, and it was a pretty exciting evening. Just want to point that out. It was a beautiful experience. So those are our donations for this evening.
Can I get a motion to approve item 1, please?
Motion to approve.
Motion by Mrs. Espiritu. Could I get a second? Second by Mrs. Bloom. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Spiritu? Yes. Mrs. Bloom? Mrs. Ray? Yes. Mr. Price?
Yes, motion's approved.
Thank you very much. Moving on, item 2, every year we need to officially join the Ohio High School Athletic Association. So with your approval this evening, we'll do that. Item 3 is a memorandum of understanding with the Sandusky County Public and Health Partners. That is just so we may cooperate with them. We do lots and lots of things with our health partners in the community. Item 4, we'd like to get your permission to receive bids from the Ohio Schools Council for some school buses. What that does, just so you know, the Ohio Schools Council does a lot of pre-bidding, so they have state prices that we can do without competitive bids. And right now, a lot of the schools have money for buses and are buying them, so we'd like to get on that as quickly as we can. This will guarantee us the best prices in the state because it's all been pre-approved through the state for pricing. And then we all will speed up the process because we don't have to do all the competitive bidding that would normally be a part of that. Item 4, I think we need a roll call. Do you agree? At the end of, or should we keep on going? Oh, I can keep on going. I'm sorry. Item 5, This was retroactive, I apologize, and we did pay it with athletic funds, but we had a situation where we were going overnight with the basketball team. This is the girls, they went to play an overnight tournament, and we did not have way for our drivers to take care of it, so we took care of it with a charter bus. So we're asking for approval for that on item 5 this evening.
Can I get a motion to approve items 2 through 5, please?
Motion to approve.
Motion by Mrs. Espiritu, second by Mrs. Ray. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Spirito? Yes. Mrs. Ray? Mrs. Bloom? Yes. Mr. Price?
Yes, motion's approved.
Thank you very much, Board. Item 6 is approval of adoption of resolution for National Counseling Week. We just want to recognize that do a lot of that. You know, we have fabulous counselors who make sure kids are ready to learn. It's a part of what we do. Item 7 is the resolution for Black History Month. You'll see in my weekly this week a lot of pictures and activities happening in the buildings to honor that heritage. Those 2 items then have a roll call.
Can I get a motion to approve items 6 and 7, please? Motion by Mrs. Ray. Can I get a second? Second by Mrs. Bloom. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Ray? Yes. Mrs. Bloom? Yes. Mrs. Spirito? Yes. Mr. Price?
Yes, motion's approved.
Thank you very much. Continuing on, item 8, a resignation for Karen Swartz, Kim Bemis, Alexis Gideon, Karen Dre, Nicole Mendoza, and Richard Shearer. Moving on, you'll see then Nicole was resigning as an LPN and coming back in as an RN for item 9. Item 10, some more certified staff substitutes for us, which we are always in need of. Also then a 4-hour cook position with your permission. And then the last item in 10 is a support staff substitutes as well. Item 11 are the supplemental contracts. It's all coming. These are all the teachers and certified staff that work for us in that variety of tennis, baseball, softball, track, all those capacities. Item 12, these are our non-certified hires for future coaching positions. You see Chad Long there for next fall. And then on continuing on the next page, more non-certified staff for track, baseball, softball, and so forth. Item 14, supplemental duty positions. With your approval, we will have Lisa Wolf be our head tennis coach for E10. Item 15 is the special event workers. We do need some help to run those events, and those are the folks willing to help us. Item 16, continued special event workers. And this is the group that's going to help us in this space for the musical. And we're really excited about that potential, right? Item 17 are some status changes due to either more education or longevity with your approval. Item 18, top of page 9, we'll continue with the status changes for those reasons. 19 then is attendance for Mandy Miller to attend a EMIS coordinator training that cost. We do need a roll call there. So if we could, Mr. Price, I apologize. On the agenda, we'll insert a roll call right there.
Okay.
Past number 19. Yes, thank you, sir.
Can I get a motion to approve items 8 through 19, please?
Sure.
Motion by Mrs. Espiritu. Can I get a second? Second by Mrs. Bloom. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Spirito? Yes. Mrs. Bloom? Yes. Mrs. Ray? Yes. Price?
Yes, motion's approved.
Thank you.
All right, moving on to report of the treasurer.
Good evening. Tonight, we're going to have the financials for the last couple of months. With all the different cancellations of meetings and everything, we finally are getting around to November, December, and January. Today, we just found out that one of the big things that impacts our collections for the real estate, or not real estate, but utilities for us, the Nexus pipeline that was supposed to meet or have their hearing this morning got moved back So we are still in a holding period on that.
Again.
Again.
Back again,
I
Again.
was shocked.
and again, and again, and again.
So, they're really predicting that we're not going to get the 100% value. It'll be somewhere in between what they want and what we want. We'll still be hopeful on that and continue waiting to see what happens.
And they're paying at their low rate, right? Aren't they, Megan? Aren't they paying at somewhere pretty low?
Yeah, they're paying at a very low point, and then the rest is shown up as delinquents. And
A mess.
yeah, it's quite a mess right now. So the highlights are salary and benefits are down this year versus last year, so that is good. We are moving in the correct direction. We do have a slight decrease in the revenue, but that has to do with how this formula is changing a little bit, and also with our utilities not being in there like we would like them from that Nexus pipeline. But overall, our expenses are down 15%, and revenues are only down. So it is looking better for this year. After we get the real estate collections done for February, we'll have a really good idea of where we're at.
You got any ideas on that real estate? Have you had hunches? What's the chatter in the treasury world on?
Well, we actually
Values.
just got the values that changed. I don't know that we'll see that that'll change for the next year election because we're
Gotcha.
at
With the delay.
the
Right.
delay.
Sure.
But I did just receive our they did an advancement, real estate advancement for the first half already, and we did get $1 million. Pretty good. Take whatever we can get. But I was happy to see that in my email. So tonight I have for approval the November through January fiscal 22 financial report, along with, again, some supplemental appropriations. We have some library books and supplies for FMS and Atkinson increases. And then we also received some additional monies in the grants that are listed from the state. So that's why we have to do these supplemental appropriations for those grants listed. This was given to us by the state after the initial.
All right. Can I get a motion to approve items 20 through 21, please?
Motion to approve.
Motion by Mrs. Espiritu. Can I have a second? Second by Mrs. Bloom. Any discussion or questions?
So the salary and benefits were down, is that because of like retirement or what?
That's kind of due to the consolidation we've done over the last year,
Okay.
and retirements that they've not replaced and that kind of thing. All the work that John and Sue have been doing to keep those positions where we need them.
Yeah, if you remember, we're about 52 positions smaller than when I came. So we're trying to adjust it. But accordingly, though, we're a smaller district. I was talking to the foundation this morning and said that, we're about 500 students smaller than when I came. So it's we got to make sure we're pairing our services and staff to the demand. So trying to
Good
make
job.
sure we're on top of it.
Okay, any other questions? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Spiritu?
Yes.
Mrs. Bloom?
Yes.
Mrs. Rai?
Yes.
Mr. Price?
Yes, motion's approved. All right, moving on to board member communications and information. I'll just go right on down the line. Mrs. Bloom?
It was nice to see all the kids and hear all their stories and see them get their awards and take the pictures. And it's good to see that keeping up with the students, with the teachers, being able to keep everybody where they need to be.
Okay. All right, Mrs. Spiritu?
I want to say congratulations to the third and fourth graders. And I loved hearing their codes they gave. We should have a book with all their codes.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
So much.
No, I'm happy to hear that the students are enjoying the new high school. I know there's been a lot of work from the community and just everybody putting the efforts in, and I'm glad that they're really enjoying it. And then I would also like to thank the community for all the donations. Always helpful to, nice that the students got new shoes.
Right, they did. They got new shoes.
So that's great.
Got
to
new
hear,
shoes.
so.
Mrs. Ray?
Well, as everyone else said, it's just awesome to see our students and hear such wisdom coming from, I'd say, the babes, out of the mouth of babes. And I also was thinking, like Mary Alice, some of those quotes should be published.
Yeah.
I mean, they're really heavy duty kind of thing. I'm also pretty excited or looking forward to the health assessment. It's been a few years by the health department, and I was part of that process years ago, but it gives an idea, particularly coming out of this pandemic or in the pandemic, to find out exactly the heartbeat of our community, where our students are, and whatever areas that they decide to assess. But it's very valuable information that also can be used in the future for grants and, whatever money coming into our community. But I laud them, and it's time to have one, and they have my full support. It's an excellent process. Also, good shout out and thanks to our community. They made all this happen. I was in a workshop or conference with OSBA over the weekend, and I heard some wonderful comments. They said, I'm really jealous of your performing arts center. They said it is just awesome. Other communities are really excited and happy for us and for our new buildings and whatnot. So anyway, and thanks to Mrs. Belcher for her concern about our children's safety, and I'm sure we're going to look into that
Yes, ma'am.
see how we can address it. And happy Valentine's Day.
All right. Well, congratulations to the students, also the parents of those students, for all the hard work that
Yeah.
all of them do to get those accolades. Definitely well deserved by those students. So, and it's great to be able to have a facility like this to recognize those students so they have an opportunity to do that. So, good luck to all the winter sports. We're getting into tournament time for everybody. So good luck to everyone that is going to be participating in that coming up. Also, I was telling John the other day in a meeting that I'm on the Vanguard Sentinel board representing Fremont City Schools. And when there's a couple things that come up, I should be talking more about that because our community maybe doesn't understand or hear everything coming out of Vanguard Sentinel. So a couple things from our last meeting. One is more for community members. This doesn't involve students that are still in high school, but Vanguard Sentinel was awarded a grant through the state. It's called a Tower Tech program. What it is, it's for fiber optics for the 5G, everything else, where it's a tower technician that would be climbing towers to fix and repair those. I believe there's only 3 sites through the state. So basically, it's going to be here at Vanguard. So right here in Fremont, you'll see a small tower come up. It'll be erected there. They'll have the opportunity to educate community members. So this will be it's an adult program. If they want to learn a new trade, get into that for a job opportunity. So it's going to be right here in our backyard at Vanguard. So for our community, and this facility will take care of all of kind of northern Ohio. So they can be people coming in. And I believe as long as supplies are able to be had to make this happen, the first class will be this spring. So it's going to be a continuing thing. It's something that the state is providing They really wanted to provide this across the state of Ohio, so it's a grant through the state for them. But so just something for community members to know. Also, there's a new bill. I think it has already been now taken effect. I think it takes effect this month, and it's a career tech bill for Vanguard Sentinel. But one of the big things that comes out of it, which would help our students also, is driver's ed will be allowed to be coming back into our schools. So Vanguard Sentinel will be able to provide driver's ed. Kids will still have the choice to go to a private school if they want to and pay for that. But Mr. Edinger, the superintendent at Vanguard, said, this is something that they really want to do where it's going to be at little or no charge for students to be able to go through that. Like when I went through, that's how it was. So could be a great opportunity for some of our students where if they don't have the time or the funds to do a private school, that's going to be offered. I'm not sure when that takes effect, when that'll be up and running, but I would guess, sooner than later, I'm sure. So something good for everybody. So last thing I had is actually kind of for our community members, which it's just Jake here tonight, so Jake gets to get it all.
Not just Jake.
And I guess it's kind of, and it is what it is, I guess, but it's a little bit of a disappointment on my part. There's been a few things that have come up in the last couple weeks. One of the first ones was when the snowstorm came and we had to close, and you close school for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday right off the bat. And on Wednesday, and we all know it just rained on Wednesday, and that was it. And then it got cold at night, but no one knew when that temperature was coming. And I'm not a social media person, but I know it's out there. I even heard it. I got phone calls about it. Why are we closed? All it's doing is raining. Well, no one has an idea of when this is going to freeze. And everybody knew it was going to freeze, and everybody knew we were going to get a lot of snow. So there's no right answer to that. But to err on the side of caution, we all make decisions every day. We don't all make decisions that impact thousands of kids that are from preschool to seniors and impact thousands of staff members and then thousands of parents that are at home of all these kids. And if you think that's wrong to err on the side of caution, I'm sorry, but that is the best thing that we could have done. It's one day. I get it. It's an inconvenience maybe for some things. But compared to the safety issue that could have happened, what happened if it would have froze? Because there was a lot of rain coming down. If that would have froze at noon, that could be trouble. You have no idea. My 21-year-old commutes to Heidelberg. There have been days where I told her, you're not driving because the roads are bad. I can't imagine a 16-year-old having to drive home. Not everybody lives 2 blocks from their school. There's a lot of kids that have to drive or are on a bus for quite a few miles to get to school. Safety is an issue. And so I just, the cheap shots now that are every time it rains, I bet school's going to be closed. Come on, we're better than that. I mean, really, it's, it is what it is. But the other thing that was a little disappointing for me was with the new high school, with this beautiful facility that we have that is going to be so useful in our students. I understand there was a problem with locks for lock. And I know that was a big issue. But here's the thing. It goes on social media. People just put their opinion out there, and they take hours on social media and on Facebook complaining about, we built this new school and we can't even lock a lock. Yet, if they would have taken their phone and it would have taken 10 buttons to call and make one phone call, you could have called the district office. There's many people that would have told you, locks have been ordered. They're not here yet. We're waiting for them. And if you ask any contractor or any business, everyone has had to wait because of supply chain issues or whatever it is. And, if you get something within 2 months, you should be happy. Usually it's 6 months. So there's nothing we can do when there's no locks to be put on lockers. Yes, students have lockers. We could have had them put their stuff in the locker, but they're not secured. So if you have phones, if you have calculators, if you had personal items, if you have money, it could have easily been stolen. It's a simple phone call to call the district. Everything is not a conspiracy theory. It is just the locks for the lockers were not in. It was just that simple. And I mean, at one point, I think the multiple posts got to the point where it was just a big complaining issue. And I think at one point it said there's not even gas lines to this building because there's no heat. I mean, I'm sorry. That is just way beyond. Yep, $110 million school project for all these new schools, and we didn't put a single gas line. There's no heat. Come on, guys. I mean, it's just a simple phone call instead of the complaints and everything. I don't know of a more accommodating person than John. I mean, if you email him, he emails you. If you call the district office, want to talk to him, he will talk to you, or anyone else in the district for that. I mean, for all the work that the staff has done. We moved an entire high school on Christmas break in 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks because there's holiday. I know when we moved, our house was not in order in 2 weeks. Things are not going to be in order when we're moving thousands of kids, students, and staff into a new building. It's going to take time. And everyone here is doing the best that they can. It's just going to take time. I think everybody just relax, take a breath, and everything's going to be okay. Is everything up the way it should be? No, it is not. We can't expect it. I think everybody is doing the best that they can, and it's going to take time. But man, for the facility that we have in all of our schools now, it's just amazing. So I hate to end on a little note like that, but I just thought, you know what? I just believe that it's something that. But anyway, no motion or no reason for an executive session tonight.
No, sir, not that I have.
So if there's nothing else, could I have a motion for adjournment, please? Motion by Mrs. Spiritu. Could I have a second? Second by Mrs. Bloom. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Spiritu?
Yes.
Mrs. Bloom? Mrs. Ryan?
Yes, motion's carried. Meeting is adjourned.